Good morning, Laima. Thank you for joining this podcast meeting. I would like just to introduce you what is the purpose of this podcast. So we are implementing the Creative Communities First project financed by Erasmus Plus project program, and the main goal is how to encourage creative people to produce innovation, to be part of business ideas, to help startups based on the creativity ideas. Also, how the higher education can contribute to this creativity promotion and ideation. So, um, our goal today is to get more information about the hackathons. As we know, you are very experienced person in this area. So from your perspective, we will get know more insights and knowledge on how to be more efficient in organizing the hackathons. So I just will say that we are recording you, and afterwards we will have the on 10-15 minutes podcast for to be published in our website of the project. So welcome, and for in the beginning, I would like to ask you to briefly introduce yourself and the experience, the working area, and everything.
Thank you, Vilma. First of all, thank you for having me here on this podcast. And Sunrise Valley Science and Technology Park is a business support organization within the academical campus of Sunrise Valley, which is the biggest talent pool in multi-country. So we are very proud and happy to be here. And we as a business support organization, we run two business incubators. One is a traditional one, another one is dedicated for certain technologies. So we provide infrastructure and other innovation support services for startups, for SMEs. And next to it, we have different initiatives, and mainly all of them are dedicated for young entrepreneurs, for startups, in order for us to have it more, for not only for us, for city, for country to have it more. And we target two main areas. One is digitalization, another one is climate change and sustainability issues. So for both of them, we have different programs, different initiatives. For example, for digitalization, we are coordinating Digital Innovation Hub. And for climate issue, we are coordinating Cleantech Cluster Lithuania. And a part of that, of course, next to it, we have different projects, different partnerships with not only with businesses, but also with universities, with NGOs, different partnerships with international organizations, local organizations, with business angel networks. We are part of it, and with others. And of course, yeah.
And thank you, Laima. As I understood, you were the main organizer of the hackathons.
This year we organized Climaton. Again, this is one of the initiatives for climate issues. So Climaton is Ideathon, hackathon that is going on all across the globe. And it's run at the same time in all cities, and together with partners like you, like Vilnius University and corporate Cognizant, we are running Hack for Vilnius. So this epic, I can call it epic hackathon already.
Yes, indeed. And I wonder what was the structure of the hackathons that you were organizing? What was the maybe problems or challenging areas that are it's more about the process. It just to a bit dive in.
Well, I would say Every year, perhaps we face different challenges, but at the same time, we learn from it. And speaking of program, when it comes to Hack for Vilnius, it's quite similar every year. Well, we have this defined structure, and it's quite good. And so far, we are not willing to change it. It's quite traditional. We gather on Friday evening. We have some inspirations. Then we are doing team building, and teams start to work. Next day, which is Saturday, hackathons usually happen on weekends because we have people that are not only enthusiasts, but they are also working. So we have to use their leisure time. So on Saturday, again, we have a lecture, which is mainly dedicated to some specific issue that we are facing during that specific hackathon. And after that, we are having mentoring sessions and again, individual work, teamwork. And the last day of the hackathon is Sunday. So mainly we dedicate the first half of a day to pitch trainings. To train the teams how to pitch and how to present your idea, not only idea as such, but also how it can be beneficial for you as some possible startup, some business model. And again, then goes some mentorship sessions, but these are already quite short because in the afternoon, we are asking teams to send their pitches to organizing team. And after hour, we have a live demo of the ideas. And of course, after that, the best ones goes to the, well, everyone is going to award session, but the best ones receive the awards.
And I'm working at the university, and I wonder, we also taking part in organizing and participating in the hackathons. But what do you see? What do you think from your perspective? If we engage and introduce these hackathons as a tool in the study programs, maybe, or something, so that we could maybe better engagement of the students.
So, well, I think this is a very good approach for students to engage them more. Might be you will face some challenges because every time when you suggest something new, you have to change someone's mind. So this is a hardest part. But after that, might be community will start to think why we did not do it before. This is such a good tool. And especially if you will integrate not only Vilnius Tech University, but you will attract some private partners, challenge owners, the challenges that you are solving. Students, they will benefit not only from networking inside, but they will also, they will have external connections with companies, which may lead, to perhaps some new business or new career or something. So I think to broaden curriculum with hackathons, this is a really good idea, and it will benefit everyone.
And what was lessons learned during the COVID period? Did you have any hackathons, or it was just like postponed, or you just moved to digitalized online hackathon organization?
Well, Vilma, you was participating in it.
And now I was on maternity leave.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But so yeah, Vilnius Tech was a part of that huge
Yes,
shift from the live event to absolutely 100% online.
online.
That was
So
tough.
the question,
That was
yes, what was the challenges? So how did you manage to manage this whole process?
Mhm.
And
That was tough, I must admit, because what we realized, it's, well, a hackathon is yet another event, and when you are doing it live, it's more easier to sometimes to solve challenges of if something is going wrong, you can just simply do something else, or to pivot in some questions. But perhaps the biggest challenge was um, to decide on what tool and how to manage the mentorship sessions for teams not to get lost between links to some dedicated rooms, to not to lost connection and so on, because we had around 100 people. Each and every is with a different internet connection, with a different, microphone and so on, and we wanted the best quality. But what was interesting in that hackathon that was purely online, that we had the biggest virtual lunch ever. So we organized virtual lunch, and we had a promo code from, I don't remember exactly, and I'm not sure if I can tell now what was the company that was delivering the lunch, but that was a really interesting experience, not only for us, because during the live hackathons, everything happens locally. When you do it virtually, there are lots of social buzz. So all the participants were taking photos of this pizza and putting it on social networks, and there are so many. Not only informational noise, but also in good terms. Yeah, so that was fun.
As far as you know, these hackathons that you organize or participate in organization, they attract a lot of people, kind of a lot of people. I'm saying more than 100 always registered people engaged and doing stuff some 3 days. So what's the secret? How do you attract this creative community, people, students, makers, whatever?
Mm-hmm. But it's not every time. Because, for instance, the Climaton was very niche hackathon. It was dedicated for some specific challenges. So we attracted registrations was around 50. Something like this. And when we speak about Hack for Vilnius, yes, this is epic. Sometimes we have 200 registrations. And the experience perhaps of attracting that amount of participants, we use all possible communication channels, starting from social media. There are billboards, not the static ones, but in the video format. Also pillar boards, and of course our personal communication on social networks. And of course, I would say partners also do help. We reach out to similar organizations like us, or to organizations that we know that their audience is our targeted participants. And of course, challenge owners, supporters, other partners, everyone is communicating that. And as for Hack for Vilnius, well, as it is dedicated for Vilnius city, but also we are looking for solutions that might be scaled to another cities as well. So Vilnius has a huge audience, and when they post something, lots of people notice it. And in the middle of a year, we already received messages. Are you going to organize hackathon next year? We are looking forward to it. And yeah, so.
Great. And maybe one of the last questions, do you think those hackathon ideas that were made by creative people, community, could be employed into the market, into the new business opportunities? Do you have any records of that?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And what we have in our hackathons, it's not only, the aim is not only to code, to ideate, but also to think about some possible business model. And usually among the jury, we have someone from the investors or venture capital field. that takes a closer look at what are you going to do with this idea. It's very good, to save the world and so on, but somehow it should benefit you, and it would be good if you would create some space for other people to benefit from it and so on. So it's benefit. I mean, in the terms of impact, that it should be beneficial, not only for some person or some startup, but also for the economy, for the environment, and so on. So yeah, we are looking for this dimension of entrepreneurship, of some business model, and that is very important. And I think that it should be done in every hackathon.
Okay, thank you. And maybe just to ask you some thoughts for the future plans. What are ideas maybe for the next year? Something in hackathon and creative community things. How can we collaborate and involve them?
Oh, I see that communities is creative community is quite horizontal,
Yes.
because it should be in perhaps in the majority, because, well, if you are creating some product, you need at least design, the nice nice and attractive design. So even when there are team building events at the beginning of a hackathon, we encourage everyone to have this creative person, because it's so important how you will how it will look like your product or your service. So intervention of creativity should be everywhere.
Yes. So thank you, Laima, for your time, for your thoughts. It was very interesting to listen to you. So much, having so much experience.
Thank you for
So
having me.
hopefully for the next year, we will also have the ideas for the new hackathons, especially for Vilnius. We will continue. So I will stop recording now. Thank you.